Okay. Yeah, you can sing along or no, you can just listen. Hey Govinda, Hey Gopal, Keshava Madhava, Dina Dayal, Dina Dayal Prabhu, Dina Dayal, Dina Dayal Prabhu, Dina Dayal. परमदयाल प्रभु परमदयाल केशव माधव दीनदयाल पीतवासन परिमयूरेर्शिखर दोरी मुरली वनितुले बोले राधा नाम पीतवसना परी मयूरेर्शिखर डोरी मुरलीर्वनितुले बोले राधा नाम तुम्ही मधुरा गोपाल प्रभु मधुरा गोपाल केशव माधव दीनदयाल दीनदयाल प्रभु दीनदयाल दीनदयाल प्रभु दीनदयाल भवभयभञ्जन श्रीमधुसूदन विपदभञ्जन तुमि नारायण भवभयभञ्जन श्रीमधुसूदन विपदभञ्जन तुमि नारायण भव दीनदयाल प्रभु दीनदयाल दीनदयाल प्रभु दीनदयाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल केशव माधव दीनदयाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल केशव माधव दीनदयाल हरि हरि बोल जयदेव गोस्वामी की जय गीता गोविंदम की जय. So I was sharing that how this Gita Govindam is a bhajan that is very very dear to Lord Jagannath. So I can all sing this bhajan whenever possible to Lord Jagannath. It's a very simple bhajan which has various names of the lords in a very very beautiful tone, and these bhajans are sing in Sridham Puri in Jagannath temple, because Jagannath loved these Gita Govindam bhajan. So I'll just read the translation and then we can go on. So it is said that, O Govinda, O Gopala, O Keshava. So, O pleaser of the cows, O protector of the cows, O bearer of the finest hair, O husband of the goddess of fortune, you are very merciful to the fallen souls. Then, we can offer a prayer that I am also very fallen, so please be merciful to me. You are supremely merciful, O Lord. You are supremely merciful, O Keshava, O Madhava, O Dina Dayal. So this verse that Parama Dayal Prabhu, like you're so merciful. I need the mercy. I am the one who is, going through ups and downs in life. I need your mercy. So please, shower your blessings upon me. And in the para of bhajan, it is said, you're wearing bright yellow garments and you're wearing a peacock feather on your crown. So you play the flute, which is so beautiful, and make it sing the name of Radha. So you are extremely, extremely beautiful, and may this vision of yours may always behold my eyes. And you're the cowherd boy that gives great delight. O Lord, O cowherd boy that gives great delight. O Keshava, O Madhava, O Deenadayal. So, you are giving a lot of pleasure to the um, cowherd boys, to the Yashoda Mai, to Nanda Baba, to all the Vrajavasis. And I am here, I am the one, who is like suffering the pangs of this material, like beatings, like ups and downs, and so much of beatings again and again. So please relieve me from this and engage me in your service. O Dina Dayal Prabhu, you are so merciful. So please shower your mercy on us. And finally, in the last para, Jayadev Goswami is singing that you take away our fear of being trapped on the wheel of repeated birth and death in the material world, and you are the splendorous killer of the demon Madhu, the destroyer of all tribulations. You are the supreme resting place for all the souls. So I take shelter of you, who will take away all the miseries that we are going through. And also, we are stuck in this repeated cycle of birth, death, old age, disease, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. We see day in, day out, so many people are taking birth, so many people are suffering with the diseases, so many people are dying. And in between of all these things, again, we are going through good and bad. And through good, through bad, please always keep us your shelter. Please always, show your merciful glance on us. Shower your merciful glance on us, by which, we'll become happy, which we are all, the happiness and bliss which we are all hankering for. So we will offer with by offering these prayers. So we will get started. So we can all take a moment and just close our eyes and remember Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Mai, Sudarshan of Jagannath. And then we can, you know, imagine that we are in Jagannath Puri and we are pulling the Rath. It is said that whoever sees Jagannath on Rath, so they will never have to take birth again in this material world. So we can imagine that we are pulling the Rath, because it is said that whatever activities we do mentally, when we are not able to do it physically, genuinely, so when we do that activity mentally, then we will get the same benefit as doing the activity. So we can like close our eyes for a minute. We can visualize that we are in Jagannath Puri and we were pulling the rath of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramai, and we are so happy. And finally we are able to see that big loving eyes of Lord Jagannath, Lord Baladev, Subhadramai, and Sudarshan. And yeah, we will beg and pray that one day we will be able to go to Jagannath Puri and actually pull the Rath. So with this meditation, so we will start. So like how I said, so today, no philosophy, no lecture. It will be just lot of Jagannath pastimes. So I hope you'll relish the pastime, and you can at least like note down couple of pastimes, and you can share it to another like fellow friend of yours, or some your parents or relatives. So this is one small activity for all of you. So out of like like 10 to 15 pastimes that we are discussing, whichever pastimes you like, you can like just note down and share it to others. So yeah, we will get started. So we will start with the like pastime of this wonderful devotee. His name is Dasya Bhauri. So this this Dasya Bhauri, he is a very very simple devotee, and he would bring mangoes to the Garuda Stamba. And these priests of Jagannath Puri, so they were very very skeptical, and like they were thinking, should we offer these mangoes or not? But Lord, he's always um, he receives the like devotees bhav more than what we give. So Lord, he miraculously he accepted the mangoes directly. And in fact, Lord, when Lord accepted, these priests were not willing to accept the mangoes, but Lord, he took the mangoes, and then he ate the whole mango including the gutli. You can imagine that much he loves devotees offering. So he doesn't more than what we ritualistically offer, he sees what is actually in our heart. And then in the old age, this Dasya Bori, he was not able to travel to the Puri, and he was always crying that, like all of us, that oh my God, I am here in this one corner of the universe and not able to go to Jagannath Puri and relish, see those merciful eyes of Jagannath, pull the rath of Jagannath, like that. He was crying, and he was longing for Jagannath. And then Jagannath, he reciprocated by manifesting a vision of Rath Yatra procession in front of him. And then, what had happened is there was like there was a small pond that created in front of him, and then Lord, reflected all the scenes of Jagannath Puri that was actually happening in that pond, via which he could actually take the direct darshan of Jagannath Puri, how the Rath is being pulled, how Jagannath is giving, like, he's showing his vision to everybody. So this way, like on the surface of a small pond behind his hut, Lord gave him the vision. So we can imagine that Lord, he sees that this was like direct reciprocation Dasya Bori was getting, that Lord wants our unadulterated devotion, which means we don't have to do a lot of things, but whatever little we do, if we do it with sincerity, with the mood that this is what I can offer you, oh Jagannath, this is what I can offer you, oh dear Lord Krishna, please accept it, this is all I have. And Lord will say, this is all I want, that's it. So we saw how mango was accepted, and then such beautiful vision was given to Dasya Bauri. And also, there was a priest, his name was Talia Mahapatra, and he served in Jagannath Puri temple for a long time. He was basically, he was an artistic person. He was responsible for decorating the Lord very nicely. So, one day while decorating Lord Jagannath, he became deeply moved by meditation of Lord Krishna's childhood. When he was decorating, he was thinking, oh, how would like Yashoda Mai would decorate our Krishna. He would have like Krishna, our dear Kanha. He would be very, very small. He would have very, very little feet, very, very beautiful little face, moon-like face, and he would have locks of black curly hair, which Yashoda Mai would tie into a pony, and then she would place a peacock feather into that pony, and then she would decorate the hair with beautiful flowers. So like this, when he was decorating Jagannath in the temple of Puri, so he was imagining how Yashodamai would, actually decorate little Kanha in Vrindavan. And he was so much in ecstasy that he was decorating the hair of Jagannath. And then when other head priests, so they saw that, like they thought that, he was he came out and he said that, I decorated the hair of Jagannath today, it was so beautiful, it was black, it was luscious. He was in the night when he was putting Lord to sleep, so he was doing all these things. And all the other priests, they were like, how this is like crazy. Because like many people, they even though they used to worship Jagannath, so they were never thinking that, oh, Jagannath is a person. They used to think that Jagannath is just a wood, just a piece of wood, like that. And they were thinking that how is that possible, that a wood can even get hair and things like that. you know but this person, Mahapatra, he had utmost devotion, and he knew that he had actually seen the hair of Jagannath. So next day, when they opened the like darshan for the general public, everyone was like astonished. They were like in shock, because they were witnessing the Jagannath's form with long beautiful hair, like this, like it was a miracle. And for ages together, nobody had even not even the priests, not even the devotees, nobody had taken such a beautiful darshan of Jagannath. You can imagine, like, Jagannath is so huge and he is having beautiful hair. Like, this AI generated image is like definitely like no par with what actually like how would Jagannath look like with those beautiful hair. But yeah, in this picture also Jagannath is looking so beautiful with the long hair. He's looking like a very, very merciful Supreme Mother. And by this, we get to know that how Lord is not bound by the physical limitation. We cannot just say, okay, like Lord is just a deity, in the temple, and like Lord doesn't reciprocate. No, even now, even up to this age, Jagannath reciprocates with so many devotees. And Jagannath. Baladev, Subhadramai, Sudarshan, even now, like recently also, like when Jagannath, Rath Yatra was happening, and every now and then Jagannath reciprocates. And even when we go to temple in front of the deities, if we are sincere enough, the Lord will reciprocate to us in many of the ways. It would have been, in many possible ways, like some or the other small miracle. Definitely it will not be as big as this, like getting a hair, but it will be small miracles, but it'll touch our like heart, and it'll remain as a memory, cherished memory with us forever. The next pastime is about like this beautiful the heart, like milkmaid. Her name was like Kanika, and this king, like Purushottam Dev, he actually he was preparing for a battle. This king Purushottam Dev, he was preparing for a battle against the king of Kanchi. Now when he was preparing for a battle, because he had so much deep devotion so for Jagannath, so he wanted to seek the blessings of Jagannath for the victory. And when he was preparing for the Rath Yatra, at that time he very humbly he went in front of the Rath, and he was sweeping the road for the Lord. He just forgot that he's a king, and just for like hours together he was like sweeping in front of Jagannath Rath, and then he was cleaning the pathway for Jagannath to come. And this was basically a sign of devotion, but the king of Kanchi, he misunderstood this act. He thought that, because even though he's such a dignified king, but he has fallen to such level. The king thought that this the king of Kanchi, he thought that this Purushottam Dev, he has fallen down to such a level that he is going in front of a like a wooden deity, and he wants to sweep the floor. Such a such a massive miss. Actually, the previous story behind this is that the king of Kanchi, so he wanted to get his daughter married to Purushottam Dev. So everything was set, and the deal was made, like basically the marriage was set, and the marriage is almost about to happen. At that time, uh, like uh, like the minister of the king of Kanchi, he goes to Jagannath Puri, to give some gifts to this Purushottam Dev. And he sees that this Purushottam Dev, who is none other than king, he's sweeping in front of the Rath. And then he gets devastated, and he goes back and he complains to Kanchi king that, see, this is what you have chosen. You have chosen a person, who is sweeping. He's not even acting like a king, like that. And this Kanchi king, he thinks that, oh, you want my daughter. If you want my daughter, then you win the war against me. You are not fit for a war. You don't even act like a king. You are just acting like a beggar sweeping in front of the Rath. So I'll wage a war. You win the war, and then you take my daughter. Like this, he will wage a war. At that time, this Purushottam Dev, he, like how I said, he's just a devotee of Lord Jagannath. For him, ruling the kingdom was, much lower than sweeping in front of the Lord. That is his devotion. And for us also, actually, whenever we, possible, we have to do menial sevas, because the big sevas everybody sees, but the small sevas in like temple, that is what our Lord sees. Lord says that, if nobody is picking up a trash in the temple, and you are picking up a, piece of let's say cover that is fallen here and there, or some dirt, and then put it to the dustbin, you may think, oh, nobody has seen me. But no, that's not the case. The Lord has seen you. He has made a note of it, and he loves it, because you are not showing off anybody that you are doing that work, but you're doing that seva, but you are doing it humbly, just to please the Lord. That is what Lord sees. And here we saw that, like when he was he was thinking that what to do, like how to win this war, because the king of Kanchi was a very strong ruler, and he had much stronger the military power than Purushottam Dev. So when he was like this, when he was praying to the Lord, he encountered a milkmaid named Manika on the way, and she was weeping, and she told the king that two young soldiers, one dark skin and other fair skin, they had stopped her. They drank all her buttermilk, and when she demanded the payment, they gave her a golden ring, or a like a golden ring and a bracelet as a token. They told her that, at that time gold was not of much value. She wanted some, like actual payment. So she went to the, she like the two soldiers, black colored and the fair colored. So they told her that you give this bracelet and ring to the lord and receive payment from him. So the king, when he saw that, bracelet and like ring of Jagannath and Baladev, Jagannath and Baladev, he was like astonished, and he had tears in his eyes, and he realized that Jagannath is like the dark skinned soldier was none other than Jagannath, and the fair skinned soldier was none other than Baladev, and they are personally like accompanied the army to the battlefield. What more than a sign that Jagannath and Baladev are giving to the king that I am there in your battlefield and victory is yours. And this actually made king realize that he was not fighting alone, but Supreme Lord was fighting with him. Similarly, day in day out, we fight so many battles against so many people, in our home, in the office, in the college, and people all around us. But when we start our devotion to Krishna, we should always remember that it's not between us and that person whom we are fighting with. It's always between, us, supported by our, like, whole backbone, who is none other than the Lordship, most merciful Bhakta Vatsala Lord Jagannath, Bhakta Vatsala Lord Krishna, against the whole world. We don't have to fear, because we have Krishna with us. And if Krishna has Mare Krishna Rake Krishna Mare ke, if Krishna can protect, who can, like harm you? And if Krishna, he doesn't want you to protect, who can save you? We have seen this, like for asuras, like Krishna doesn't want to give protection, and nobody can save him, nobody. But for the same, like for the devotees, like, miracles, and so many miracles happens, wherein Lord himself, he will, like, either come and present himself, like in these, like, very very big devotees, like pure devotees. And in case of us, he will send his, like, associates in saving us. We all would have experienced the hand of Lord in so many ways, like in mysterious ways where Lord protects us. So here we saw that, like, by the milkmaid, via the milkmaid, Purushottam Dev, he got a sign that victory is mine, and then he fought the victory, and he fought the war, and then he won. Definitely Jagannath was on his team. The most powerful Balabhadra was on his team, so how can he not win? He won the war, and then then the king of Kanchi, he realized that this king is not just a normal king. He's like he's a two-sided king. Like he's the best of the rulers and best of the devotee. And then he handed over his daughter. The king of Kanchi handed over his daughter to Purushottam Dev, and they both happily married, and then they continued their devotion to the Lord. So this is our most merciful, Jagannath and Baladev story. They are always behind us and supporting us always. And this next story is about Bhakta Salabika. This, if you've been to Puri, and if you've talked, if you speak to any of the devotees over there, you will not miss one name. That name is Bhakta Salabega. So this Salabeg, he was the son of powerful and cruel Mughal ruler, and his name was Lala Beg. Actually, it is mentioned that this Salabik's mother, his mother was a Brahmin actually, but like she was taken captive by this Muslim ruler Lalabeg, and then the Salabeg was born. And as a young man, this Salabeg was like, he was very skilled, but actually, like during the battle, he had to go through a lot of wounds, and he didn't want to fight, but because he is on the side of the ruler, he had to go, and he had to fight. And despite trying various treatments, his health condition did not improve at all. And then his mother, she was a ardent devotee of Lord Jagannath. So she told him that, why don't you go to Jagannath Puri and take the mercy of Lord Jagannath, you will be cured forever. And then he went to Jagannath, but he was not allowed to enter the temple, because like, even now till date, no, like either the foreigners or the like people other than Hindus, they're not allowed inside the temple of Jagannath. But Jagannath, the name says he is the Lord of the universe, so how can he reserve himself inside the temple? So, so we see that everywhere, people go to see Jagannath, but here, people go to see the Lord inside the temple. But here Jagannath knows that, these people, they have formed some restrictions in like, for people to enter in the temple. No worries, I am the Lord of the universe, I'll come out, and I will come out, I will put all my efforts, come out and give my merciful darshan to all these people. So like this, like Jagannath, like because he was not allowed to enter inside the temple. He meditated. His mother asked him, okay, you meditate on the form of Jagannath. So he meditated on the form of the Lord, and then he chanted his holy names. And miraculously, after 12 days, of sincere devotion and chanting the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, like this, various holy names of Lord, uh, after 12 days, his wounds healed completely. And this one experience, it made him a lifelong devotee. For us also, we see that, in ISKCON or outside ISKCON also, in Jagannath Puri, in various temples, we see that, something small will stuck a person, and it'll just make that person a staunch devotee of the Lord. And then the devotee cannot do other than doing complete devotion to the Lord. And here we see the Salabeg, who was a warrior, now he has become a pure devotee of Jagannath. And this, like, he became a poet, and he became a saint in Jagannath. Jagannath Puri, he composed many bhajans to Jagannath Puri, which even now, in the Rath Yatra, like in the temple, they sing for Jagannath. And again, like the Rath Yatra pastime of Salabek, it's a very mysterious pastime where, once Salabek, he was traveling to Jagannath Puri to witness the Rath Yatra, but he was somehow late, and he thought that, oh my god, after like so long, Jagannath is coming out and I'm getting his darshan, but I don't know if I will be able to reach on time and see Jagannath. But he tried his level best to quicken his journey and reach. He finally reached Jagannath Puri. And actually, it is said that until that Salabeg reached, the Jagannath's Rath did not move at all. Thousands and thousands of people moved, and then many elephants were brought. You can imagine, at that point of time, the king had elephants, and big elephants, and the elephants were brought, and the elephants pushed the chariot, the elephants pulled the chariot, nothing going, until not even 1 inch it was moved, and the chariot remained like static until Salabeg arrived. And then he offered his prayers, and Lord waited for Salabeg, Bhakt Salabeg, until like he offered all his prayers and had his darshan. And only after Lord saw that, my devotee has come, my devotee is now, he has got my darshan, he continued, the Lord of the universe, Akilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka, Jagannath, he started moving in the chariot. This is the mercy of Lord Jagannath. We see Salabeg, now also he is remembered as a very great devotee of Lord Jagannath and Odia poet. His deep connection to the Lord, it's not because of some, like some so-called made up devotion, but it is because of true devotion to Lord Jagannath. And this like pastimes like this, it's not just in happened like before, it has happened recently also. Like recently, like all, like how I said, even in ISKCON, like all the foreign devotees, they're not allowed to go inside the Jagannath Puri temple. So once it so happened that from very far, probably from a corner in Africa, devotees, they heard about Lord Jagannath, and then they came here. They've reached India, but after reaching India, probably from Delhi to Jagannath Puri, when they were taking a flight, the flight got cancelled, the flight got delayed for so many months, so many, so sorry, for so many days. This was like a couple of years ago, this incident happened. Then finally, they thought that, they couldn't reach the Rath Yatra when the Rath was moving to the Gundicha, and they thought at least when the Rath comes back, at least after like few days, we can reach back. But they were not even able to reach the Rath at when the Rath was coming back. And when the Rath was coming back, Jagannath, he moved at one place, he just stopped at one place, and Jagannath did not move at all. One day happened, Jagannath did not move. 2 day happened, Jagannath did not move. Third day, the flight issues and all got resolved, and finally they reached Bhuvaneshwar, and then they reached the Jagannath Puri, and they saw that Jagannath is still waiting for them. They literally had tears in their eyes, because you can imagine they are coming from literally another part of the world just to see Jagannath. And if they miss that chance of seeing Jagannath, they have to wait for many more years to come. Because definitely, traveling from one corner of the world to come to India, come to Jagannath Puri, spending so much of Lakshmi, not everybody can afford it. But Jagannath, he knew their devotion, he knew that they've struggled, they've waited, and they have reached here. So he waited for them, he gave them darshan, and they were happily, they cried, they all bowed down number of times, and then finally Jagannath started moving. So we can see that Jagannath's reciprocation is not limited to some other era. It is also it's also applicable to each and every one of us. The more and more we become sincere in our devotion, the more and more Jagannath will shower his mercy on us. And the next pastime is about this devotee called Balram Das. you know Balram Das, he had intense love and genuine devotion for Lord Jagannath, but he struggled with weakness, internal weakness, like all of us. He had many material desires. On the day of Rath Yatra, when he found himself like in a compromised situation, he couldn't resist. He actually he uh, like uh, uh, somehow he met some prostitute, and he went to meet that prostitute on the day of Jagannath. But upon hearing the sounds of the festival, the conch shells, the drums, the bugles, signaling the Lord's arrival, he was struck, and he deeply remorse. And then he realized that I am indulging in worldly pleasure while my beloved Lord is on the chariot. He left everything, and then he rushed to the Jagannath. And when he reached the chariot, he climbed up to offer his prayers. But the temple priests, they noticed that he was not pure, and then they thought that he was unworthy, and they removed him, they pushed him from the chariot, and then he fell on the ground. And then heartbroken, he went to the nearby seashore. If you have been to Jagannath Puri, it's on the it's Jagannath Puri on the is on the bank of the sea. So he went to one seashore, and then he started building a chariot out of the sand. And miraculously, Lord Jagannath showed that he was not bound by these priests' judgment. He's above everything. He's transcendental. He abandoned the wonderful, the wooden chariot that was beautifully prepared for him. Like every year we prepare the chariot for him, but he, miraculously, mysteriously, he disappeared from the big chariot, and he appeared in the sand chariot that was actually created by Balram Das. So the original chariot, actually, the cart, it was not at all movable. And like how again in the case of Salabeg it happened, here also nothing happened. The like nothing, it was not at all moving. And then the king and the other priests, they realized that, this is the mercy of devotees, this is the mercy of Jagannath to his devotees, that like Jagannath went to the sand chariot and he was, dancing. And they all begged him, they all begged the devotee, they begged the Jagannath, please come back to our rath, our wooden rath. We know it is just wooden rath, but we want you to take you to Vrindavan. So please, come back to the rath. And like this, they begged the Balram Das and they begged the Lord. And Balram Das finally he begged Lord that, oh Lord, thank you for appearing here in my small sand rath, but please go back to your big rath, and you can go to, we'll all pull you towards Vrindavan, that is Gundicha. And then finally Lord went back to the wooden rath. So this pastime, it teaches that how, Lord is actually controlled by the devotion of the heart. And we sometimes we think that, oh, I'm so sinful, oh, I'm so bad, I cannot, I'm so bad that Lord cannot shower his mercy on me. But there is nothing like that. We cannot be that bad at all, and no matter, like unknowingly, definitely not knowingly. Sometimes, we have the vasanas, the samskaras from the past, because of which we might commit some sin. But when we know that I am doing something bad, I'm engaged in this material sense gratification, or I'm wasting my time, I'm not, serving the Lord, I'm not, doing my chanting nicely, I'm not doing my hearing reading nicely. Whenever we feel that we are guilty, we can sincerely repent and we can beg Lord that, oh Lord, I had to somehow, because of my bad habits, I'm deviated, but now I will be back, I'll try my level best to do little devotion to you, but with love and sincerity. So, we all know that, lordships, Jagannath, and our dear Krishna also, he will, who is none other than dear Krishna, Jagannath. So they will never reject us, they will always accept us. And now, we will also discuss about another beautiful pastime of this devotee called Raghudas. So, this Raghudas, actually, he had a very, very unique vision. He saw Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramai as Lord Ram, Lakshman, and Sita. So, because the name says Raghudas, Raghu means like Raghupati, Raghava, Raja Ram. So, we say Lord Ram as also like Raghupati. So, this Raghudas, so he was seeing Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramai as, Ram, Lakshman, and Sita. And, you know, he never saw any difference between Sita, Ram, Lakshman, and then Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramai. And to serve his like Ram, Raghudas, he created beautiful flower garlands. And he didn't have actual thread, he used fibers from the banana tree bark and he tied them in him beautifully, he made a garland. And the temple priests, they rejected because they saw banana bark, this is like inferior, this cannot be offered to our Lord Jagannath. No, we want, golden thread, or at least the high quality thread and beautiful flowers. This will only be offered. So the priest rejected the beautiful flower garland that was made by this Raghunath Das. But Lord Jagannath, after that, he did not accept any, you know, jewelry. He did not accept any garland. You can imagine, Jagannath is there in the mandir. They are trying to put him some like jewelry. Every jewelry is falling down. You can imagine this happened. Really, this happened. They are like putting him big flower garland. Garland is falling down. Nothing is happening. Jagannath is not ready to, either wear, even wear a single flower, even wear a single jewelry. And then, Lord, also on parallelly, he appeared in the form of a young boy named Gopal. And then when Raghu realized that, this is my Lord, this is not just a boy, this is my Lord. And then like the Lord Jagannath, he told Raghudas that, he actually, I am there for you, and I will accept your offering directly. And this Gopal, Lord Jagannath as a Gopal, he used to go to this Raghudas, and then he used to accept all his offerings. Raghudas used to give him like this garland made out of the banana bar. He used to accept. Raghudas used to feed him little bhoga what he had, little fruits, little nuts what he had, and this Gopal used to eat. And there was one pastime where this Lord Jagannath, who was in the form of a Gopal, he told like Raghu that, you know I want to you come with me. I'm feeling like I have to eat a jackfruit. So he took to the courtyard of a kingdom, and then where lot jackfruits were found, and then he told that, please, get one jackfruit for me. So Jagannath said, you are the Lord, you go and climb. But Jagannath said, can't you see, in this form I don't have a feet, I cannot climb. Can you please climb and give me? I have left all the adoration of the in the temple and I've come for you. Can't you even get me a like jackfruit? Like this, he blackmailed Raghu, and Raghu went up. And when he went up, and when he was he threw the big jackfruit, ripe jackfruit to Jagannath down, who was down. Jagannath vanished. And when people saw that, when the guards discovered that, like this person, he's stealing the jackfruit. So Raghu, he didn't know what to do. He was put under the bars. And the king was threatening him. The king told him that, if you could have asked us, we would have given you jackfruit. Why are you even stealing the jackfruit like this? And then Raghu tried to tell the king that, no, I was actually stealing for Jagannath, but actually he had no proof because Jagannath is nowhere there. But the Jagannath, he came in the dream of the king, and then he said that, that jackfruit was for me. Raghu did that, for me. He stole for me. So like this we see Krishna, like how he used to steal butter from Vrindavan. So Jagannath was no less. He also did lot of nutcut activities. So he stole, he asked Raghu to steal the jackfruit, and he escaped. And finally the king realized that Raghu's purity and his devotion for Jagannath, and he happily offered the fruit to the Lord. So this way, we see one other pastime with Raghu was during the Rath Yatra, when chariot was not at all moving, when the cart was not at all moving, like how initially also I said, elephants, soldiers, nothing. At that time, Raghudas was, requested to, plead to Jagannath and make him move. And Raghudas climbed on top of the chariot, and, he whispered into the Lord's ear, and the chariot moved instantly. You see, Lord Jagannath and Krishna, they are sold to his devotees. The chariot was not moving, and the Raghudas, he went up and he told something in the ear of Jagannath, and mysteriously and miraculously the chariot started moving, and again proving that Lord is, controlled by the love of his devotees, not by, money or extra power or anything, beauty or anything, but Lord is moved by the sincere devotion. Okay, we will. I have many many pastimes, but yeah, keeping in mind about the time, so I'll probably share couple, two, three pastimes, and then we will see if you're all interested. We can continue. Otherwise, we can end, and maybe we can discuss sometimes later. So, yeah, this is another beautiful pastime where every evening this Prabhudas, one devotee, he noticed that two remarkably beautiful youth, one who is very dark and one who's very fair, they would emerge from the temple, and then they would come out of the temple, and every day every night they would come out from the temple, and then they would go to small hut, and then they would return back with the mouth stained from the pan. And then this person who saw every day these two people, they go to a hut, they stain their mouth with the pan and they come back. And then he followed them, and he discovered that they were visiting a devotee. This devotee's name was Prabhudas. And this Prabhudas, he had a very very deep desire to offer pan to Lord Jagannath. But in at that point of time, in Jagannath Puri temple, it was not allowed to offer pan to Jagannath. You can offer fruits, flowers, but not pan. But like uh, he used to offer it mentally every day, because the priests were not offering it directly. So like then Lord accepting, Lord, like how I said, even mentally also when we offer to the Lord, but if it is of true devotion, then Lord will accept it. Lord started tasting these pan, mentally every day he was offering this Prabhudas, and Lord started accepting the pan. And then these Krishna and Balram, that is Jagannath and Balram, they got addicted to this pan. And now, like once he stopped offering mentally, and then these Jagannath and Balram, they came out in the form of a fair skinned boy and dark skinned boy. And then they in the night, because that day they didn't get pan, they were missing the pan, they went to the hut. And then Prabhudas, he saw that, like like what do you say, um he saw that the two boys are coming. They're so effulgent. He fed him the pan with his own hands. And when this devotee, he asked, uh, for the payment, you have eaten the pan now, so you give some payment, like this jokingly. Lord said that, I don't have any money, but I will leave my chadar. I will leave my chadar here. So he left his piece of cloth there. And next morning, when the temple priests, they found the deities, they saw the deities garments are missing from the altar. So they were confused. But they finally they realized that Lord Jagannath and Baladev, they used to go to this Prabhudas house, and when Prabhudas asked him for the payment, so they used to leave garments there, in deal with pan, and then they used to come back without the garments, without the chadar. So see, like this, we saw that. And yeah, continuing that, when the king got to know about this pastime, about this actual uh, like uh, like vision of lordships going to the house of Prabhudas, the king was worried that now they are going in the night, they may go and stay there forever. So then the king arranged that, he sanctioned that from this day the pan will be offered by Prabhudas daily. He would come to the temple and he would offer the pan daily, and this tradition is continued in his memory, in the memory of Prabhudas. And even now, pan, the preparation of the betel leaves and areca nut and everything, that pan is offered to Lord Jagannath and Lord Baladev even now. So we can imagine Lord Jagannath, he doesn't need opulent dishes, but he tastes the love of his devotees. When he tastes the love of his devotees, nothing less. He cannot taste nothing less, and he's ready to do anything to taste the love of the devotees. So one other pastime is about this princess Vishnupriya. She was the daughter of a very very rich king. So when she came with the very very huge box, this box was as a gift, like as an offering to Jagannath. She had brought a very very big box, decorated so grandly. And then she when the she gave it to the priest, and when the priest opened the box, they saw that it was a simple piece of paper. And the priest saw, what is this princess? She's a she's such rich, she's a daughter of a rich king, but she's giving one piece of paper. They threw that box, they threw that paper. Like she came to the priest and she gave them, and she asked them to offer. Actually, this princess, she was thinking that, what can I offer to the Lord? Everything that I have is already belonging to the Lord. So what can I even offer to the Lord? So I cannot offer anything material like gold, jewels, palaces, because everything is His. It's not at all mine. So what she did is she wrote a heartfelt letter expressing her deepest emotions and placed it inside a beautifully carved, like her own carved box actually. And then, like how I said, she gave, but the like priest, they saw that it was written with the fragrant ink, uh, the kasturi ink, it was written with that, and it was written with the saffron, but it's not gold, it's not money, it's nothing. So the priest threw the box. That night, Lord Jagannath, he appeared to the priest in a like dream, and he demanded, where is the gift from the princess? Give me that gift, give me that gift. He threatened the priest. And the priest finally, he confessed to Lord Jagannath, please Jagannath, I threw it away. It was nothing, it was just a piece of paper, I just threw it away. And the Lord then instructed that person, that priest, to check the deity's chest. And next day, the priest, when he opened the doors of Lord Jagannath temple, he saw that the letter of the princess was resting directly on the Lord's heart. That letter, it actually revealed that Vishnu Priya princess's dear offering to the Lord. She had written that I cannot give anything to you, O Lord of the universe, so I am offering my heart. She had offered her heart in that, in that little offering that she had made, and the Lord had accepted her devotion. That this pastime, it proves that Lord doesn't, again proves that Lord doesn't need any riches, but He wants genuine devotion and sincerity of His devotees. So such wonderful are the pastimes of the Lord Jagannath. So yeah, this is another pastime of Landi Mata, where every day 56 chappan bhog was offered to Lord Jagannath. And this Landi Mata, she is an elderly devotee of Lord Jagannath, and she used to treat Lord Jagannath as her own son. So she observed that Lord is receiving 56 chappan bhog daily. She, as a mother, being a mother at heart, so she was thinking that such rich food, such opulent food my Jagannath is having, my little Jagannath is having, it might having so much of sweets, so much of oily heavy food he's having, it might cause digestive issues to him. So mother always thinks like that. Whenever we also go use have heavy food, so mother prepares some, either some kada or some lemon juice and things like that. So here we see, she was like treating Jagannath like her own son, and she thought that, like, genuinely, not like all of us, but like genuinely she thought that my little son, he might fall sick. So to ensure Jagannath's well-being, so she began preparing a medicinal herb preparation. She used the neem, and then she prepared a very nice like a preparation out of the neem, which will help in Jagannath's better digestion. And then she would arrive at the temple with the paste to offer the Lord. Initially, actually, temple, because there are strict rules and regulations, so they would not accept the neem. Like, who will offer neem to the Lord? Even now, as devotees, we offer everything to the Lord, but when we get some medicine, let's say we are sick, we bring some medicine, we hardly offer it to the Lord. Some devotees, who are like extremely, they think that no, I will have honor only prasadam, be it medicine, be it anything, they offer to the Lord. But devotees, we think that this medicine is for me, I should not offer this medicine to the Lord, because this is like kadva, and this medicine, Lord is like above all these medicines, like that. We never give medicine. But you know so the priest, they rejected the like neem paste that was made. uh, but uh, you know like she prayed to Jagannath that, oh my dear Lala, you need this herb, you need this preparation, otherwise you will fall sick, so please accept it. So the Jagannath again, he appeared in the dreams of both the devotee, Landi Mata, as well as the king. And he appeared in the king, and he said that, I want the neem paste, I'm sick, I want the neem paste, I want the, that love that is there in the neem paste that can actually heal me, so I want it, like that. And in the devotee's dream also, Lord said that, can you please bring the neem paste tomorrow? I'm sick, I want it, like that. And finally, the king and the priest, they realize that, they are doing a big mistake by, stopping the offering of this neem paste. And from that day, every day neem paste has become a standard part of Lord's daily routine. They offer chapanbhog, and also they offer the neem paste even up to date. Even after she passed away, this is in now till date, it is, and like uh, followed as as an offering to the Lord in her memory. So this is actually the loving reciprocation of the Lord we see. Okay, we will see just one more pastime, and maybe we will end. um, so this pastime is about Karma Bai. So this Karma Bai, actually her initial name was, originally her name was like Karara Devi. So she was a very very deep devotee of Lord Jagannath. And she had a very simple routine. She would get up early, prepare khichdi, and she would keep, especially for the Lord, she would prepare khichdi. And she was so absorbed in her affection that she would see her own personal deity as even more beautiful and intimate than the actual deities in the temple. And one day, somebody was passing by her home, and he saw that she's preparing the Jagannath bhoga, that is khichdi, without following any traditional purification rituals. Or she was not clean, she had not kept the place clean. And she was not following all the procedures. She was not even bathing, and she was not even cleaning her the kitchen, cleaning the hand and things like that. So like uh, like uh, the that person, he insisted that you have to worship. He gave a list of rules that this is how you have to worship and things like that. And then you know she used to bring this khichdi to the as an offering to the temple daily. So what happened is that this after this person, he's chastised this Karara Devi. So next day she began following all these rules. So you can imagine, like, she got up, she took bath, she cleaned the kitchen. And then Jagannath, he's waiting, when will my khichdi come? Every day khichdi used to come at this time. When will the khichdi come? When will the khichdi come? When will the khichdi come? So he was all waiting. And you know uh, like uh, uh, when the temple, after that, when the temple uh, when the priest opened the temple, Jagannath was nowhere there. He was not there on the altar. And when he finally arrived, the priest was shocked because there was khichdi in Lord's hand. So he revealed the truth that he had gone to Karma Bai to eat her khichdi before actually in the temple the offering was made. He actually went to the Karma Bai to eat the khichdi because he told that she was distracted by all these various cleanliness activities. So she couldn't resist, he couldn't resist honoring that prasadam. So because she was late, he himself went to her house, and he was asking her that Are, jaldi kar, hurry, hurry, oh mother, hurry, please, please, hurry, like that. And like that, her name also, it came as Karma Bai, like you do it fast, you do it fast, like that. And Lord, like he expressed that, via this he expressed that, I want simple offering, I don't want opulent offering, but you give me offering on time, like that. But even up to date in Jagannath Puri kitchen, all the like rituals, I mean, all the sorry the rules and regulations are followed. But they will, on time the bhoga goes to Jagannath. And then to this day, the khichdi of Karma Bhai is offered to the Lord Jagannath, as a special part of the daily offering. So whenever you go to Jagannath Puri temple, I mean, in Anand Bazar, very often you see that khichdi is served. And then this khichdi is the tastiest one of the tastiest like prasadam you get in the Anand Bazaar. Um, so yeah, yeah. So we can probably end here, or if you like, I can share a couple of more pastimes. I have actually many more pastimes to share, but yeah, I wouldn't like to take much of your time. So you can let me know. So if you'd like to share more pastimes, otherwise I can stop here, and maybe some other time, we can discuss many more pastimes. So acha. So if everybody is okay, so maybe couple of more pastimes. So Sharvani Mataji is telling that share more pastimes. I've actually planned for more pastimes, but yeah. Anyway, like those who are busy, and who if you are having some other work, I understand it's Sunday evening for many of you, so you can leave the session. So otherwise, yeah, for a couple of more pastimes, probably for 5 or 10 minutes more, then yeah, we will end. So yeah, so the next pastime is about how the if you've ever been to Jagannath Puri temple, so it's you as soon as you enter the Simhadwar, there is a Patita Pavan Jagannath, and the Patita Pavan Jagannath is so beautiful. And if you imagine you're standing in queue for hours together, and then you enter the Simhadwar and you see the Patita Pavan Jagannath. It's so beautiful, that you get tears in your eyes, because after so much of travel outside from our own home place, we go to Jagannath Puri, and then there also, after so much of halla gulla, we reach the Jagannath temple, and when we enter the temple, we see Patita Pavan Jagannath. And how did this Patita Pavan Jagannath come? So like we will see that the king, actually, this is the story of the king Ramachandra Dev. So he during a political scenario, so the king, he was imprisoned by the Mughal Subedar. It is said that some his name was something like Thaki Khan. So he was put into jail. So to save the Jagannath temple from destruction, so the king, he wanted to save the temple. So the rules that was put was, in order to make a political compromise, so he had to marry the sister of this, Taki Khan. And if he doesn't marry, then they threaten to break the temple. I mean, basically, if he becomes their relative, then he is more in a safer place, uh, uh, to the Mughal rulers than otherwise. So he ended up marrying the sister of a Mughal ruler, who was basically a Muslim. So because he was married to a Muslim, so definitely the priests of the Jagannath temple, they didn't allow him to enter the temple. Actually, if you see, like how I said, if he wouldn't have had taken that big decision for Jagannath, the temple would have been broken into pieces, and we would never have any temple. So he actually he when he realized that he cannot have darshan of the Jagannath, he went to the Simhadwar, and he prayed, outside the dwar. He prayed with intense devotion. He begged that, please Jagannath, I want to see you. You are my life and soul. Without seeing you, I cannot stay at all. Without your service, my life is meaningless. So it used to so happen that this king, he used to visit the Jagannath temple, take the Jagannath's blessings, and then he would start his day. So you can imagine, now suddenly Jagannath's darshan has stopped for him. It's heart threatening for him. He doesn't know what to do. He's going mad, and he's very angry, he's very upset, but he cannot do anything, because the rules of the temple, which they have made, is the rules for all. So finally, he begged for Lord that, I want to see you, Jagannath, like that. And Jagannath, he came when he was crying like this. Jagannath, he came running out of the altar, and he placed himself in front of the Simhadwar, so that he situated himself in front of the Simhadwar, so that this devotee of Lord Jagannath, this king, he could take darshan of the Lord Jagannath, and in this way, Lord Jagannath's Patita Pavan form, because so many devotees are not allowed to see Jagannath inside, no, not allowed to go inside. The Lord, he came out to situate himself in the dwar. Even now, even if you don't get to go inside the temple, if you stand outside the premises of the temple, you can see this Patita Pavan Jagannath. He's so merciful. Patita Pavan means the fallen, the savior of the fallen. So the like so-called fallen, who are not allowed inside the temple, but who are actually better than the ones who are actually the so-called devotees. So Lord, he's so merciful that he came, he situated himself in the form of Patita Pavan Jagannath. Even up to day, in the even when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, all his associate, they used to work for the Mughal rulers, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. So they considered that we are very fallen, so we cannot take darshan, we cannot enter the Lord's temple. So nobody would had stopped them, but they thought that we are fallen. And then they would just, they would walk on the daily parikrama they would do to the temple. You know how they would do the parikrama? They would, walk behind the temple, the on the sea. They would walk on the hot in the hot sun. You can imagine this, the heat in the Jagannath Puri. They would walk barefoot on the sand, and then they would, in from behind the sea, they would take, they would do a parikrama, and then from the front they would come. They would not go near the temple. From far they would take darshan of the Patita Pavan Jagannath, and then again go back to the sea. And then, like this, they were doing a parikrama of Jagannath temple. You can imagine, these are the devotees. And then this is our Lord, who came out to give darshan in the form of Patita Pavan, the savior of the fallen. Even today, like how I said, thousands of pilgrims who may not be able to enter the temple, so at the Simhadwar, we can all see Lord in the form of Patita Pavan and take darshan. Patita Pavan Jagannath ki jai. And I'm personally a big fan of Patita Pavan Jagannath, because I mean, every time I go to Jagannath Puri, I see that so many obstacles to even enter the temple Garbhagriha. But Patita Pavan Jagannath, he's so calmly, so lovingly, he's waiting at the door. And as soon as I enter the door, what more, like, after like going through so many obstacles, he finally allows us to enter his temple. So like that feeling. And next time, when you go to Patita Pavan Jagannath, you just stand in front of the Jagannath. The cooling, your heart feels so much cool, that there is something like magical, mystical there. You just stand there for like couple of minutes, and you see that you're, you feel so cool and so blissful. And also the panda in front of the Patita Pavan Jagannath, they'll take some kapoor, and then they will, they'll put it into your eyes, and that will also again give you a very very cooling, soothing effect actually. And next, like pastime is about this Nilambar Das. Actually, when on the journey to Jagannath Puri, this Nilambar Das, he was again a devotee. He encountered a boatman who tried to rob him. So this boatman realized that this Nilambar Das was apparently so wealthy. So he wanted to take him to a remote, section of that river and steal his belonging. You can imagine, like, somebody is crossing a river and to reach Jagannath Puri, and then the devotee of Jagannath, and then the boatman is realizing, oh, this person has a lot of money, let me, try to trick him, take him away and steal. When the boatman actually, like trying to take him away like this, the Nilambar Das, he thought that, I mean, this is like, he could sense that something is going to happen now. So he sensed like the danger, and he questioned that, like uh, why are you taking me to these to all these dangerous sides, like corner like that. And then what happened is, he gives a lot of reason that, oh, I mean, because of nothing like that, I'm trying to take a different way today. I'm sorry, I'm trying to take a different uh, way today. And I will make you reach very soon, like that. But at that time, when Nilambar Das, he saw that I'm in a very dangerous situation. This person might take all my belongings and he may just throw me into the river or kill me, like that. But Lord Jagannath personally intervened. He appeared in the form of a warrior, he appeared in the form of a soldier, to rescue this Nilambar Das. And he threatened, he when the when this person, when this boatman, he saw that uh, the like a soldier is appearing out of nowhere, he got scared that he might be put behind the bars. And finally he took back his journey to the normal no, he took back his way to the normal journey, and he made the Nilambar Das, he reached the temple. And finally, Nilambar Das, this way he could reach Jagannath Puri, witness the Rath Yatra. And like how I said, that mysterious soldier who saved this Nilambar Das was none other than Jagannath himself. So we see, when nothing comes to help, Jagannath himself, he takes various avatars and he comes to help. So this is our merciful Jagannath, who is ready to do anything and everything for the sake of a for the protection of the devotee. So whenever we are in a fearful situation, we should always remember that, yes, Jagannath is there, Krishna is there. And no matter, we may think that situation is out of our control, we should always remember that it's totally in the control of our dear Lord, our dear worshipable Lord. So by like this, we have to slowly, gradually, we have to come to a state of fearlessness, because the more and more we take shelter of the Lord, the more and more we can see his hands in our life, the more and more, we can become fearless, to a state that we can reach, we can become fearless of the highest fear in this material world, that is fear of death. So we can even, pass that, we can become abhaya, that is, out of like come out of the fearful state. And yeah, this is another pastime of Lord Jagannath, where there were two devotees called Maluk Das and Vidur. So this Maluk Das and Vidur, so they were actually, yeah, they were ardent devotees of like Jagannath. And like this pastime happened, wherein, these Vidur and what was the name, Mulik Das. So they used to offer like special preparations, unique cakes, like sweet cakes, spicy cakes, like this. They used to offer it to Jagannath with immense love. So the priest of the main temple, they were distressed, because the Lord, no, he stopped accepting the ritualistic bhog, the proper bhog that they used to offer daily, the chappan bhog they used to offer. Lord stopped accepting that, because he saw that, nice cakes are coming, nice delicious, like kara cake, sweet cake, different delicacies are coming. So why should I even accept this normal every day, they feed me the same chappan bhog? Let me, take a break, like that. And then Lord, uh, like stopped, like how I said, he stopped accepting these offerings. And then, if I recall, it was said that how Lord, he appeared in a bowl of water. you know he came like he came in as a reflection on the bowl of water. And and he told that, give me some break, let me at least have these offerings for some time, like this. And then Lord, he started starving. When they did not hear that, Lord started starving, because the those devotees offerings were not at all being accepted. And then, Lord, he behaved as if that he's going to, lack, he's not going to eat, he'll become weak and he will die, he'll die because of the food. And then the these people actually, when they got to know that Lord is also starving, they also started starving, and they decided that we will starve, we will die, until they accept our offering, we will also die. I mean, Lord, anyway, he's starving, and he's definitely, Lord cannot die, but he's, in a so-called pastime, Lord is threatening that I will actually not have, I'll become weak and things like that. So, and finally, it so happened that uh, like uh, Lord, he did not accept the offerings for days together, and then when they bring the offering, Lord just accepts it. Lord, Lord will, all the other pots that they used to bring, it used to either break, or it used to either spoil, something or the other, Lord, used to happen. And people would realize that, the priest would realize that Lord is not at all, accepting. So, in this way, the special cakes of Vidur and Mulik Das that was offered, so until that was given to the Lord stopped all the other offerings. And finally, they realized that, we cannot, we cannot control Lord Jagannath many times, so let us, bow down to his desire. So, uh, like uh, uh, he also appeared. It is also said that he also appeared in the dream of the Jagannath appeared in the dream of the devotees and then priests, and he said that, I'm not afraid, I'm not accepting your offering, because I'm accepting the offering, the offering they are making in their home. So as soon as they're preparing the cakes, I'm just going and having them without them even being offered, because I'm so much hungry for those cakes. So if you don't give me in the temple, I will stop having in the temple. I will go and I will have there directly. I cannot become weak. I have to take care of my devotees. I cannot become weak like this. Lord said in the dream. And then, like how I said, they started making those cakes and offering to the devotees. I mean, allowing those devotees to bring the cakes and offer the devotees. And again, it is said that even up to date, those cakes are being made and they are being offered to the devotees. And finally, the mysteries of Maha-prasadam. So these are like few of the uh, like uh, facts about the temple, that the real facts about the temple, that in the Jagannath temple kitchen, the cook is Lakshmi Maya herself. uh, it is said that the kitchen head is Lakshmi Maya, and she, like she is the manager there. So she takes care of all the cooking that happens. And like you all might know that, if you have ever been to Jagannath Puri or seen the Jagannath Prasadam is, made in the earthen, I mean, they are made in the earthen pots. And the earthen pots are like stacked one over other, and they are being cooked. And the, it is, this Mahaprasadam, it never, it spoils. I remember that couple of weeks ago on Ekadashi day, we reached a devotee's house, and we wanted to break the fast, Dwadashi day. So we asked them, you give us some grain. Do you have Jagannath rice like that? We usually, in Jagannath Puri, whatever the rice that falls on the, like from, like on the ground after cooking, so those they will dry and they'll give us prasadam. So we can, those rice comes for years together. So we asked them for the Jagannath rice. They said, we don't have Jagannath rice, we have Jagannath prasadam. And they have been storing this Jagannath prasadam again for years together. So Jagannath prasadam, they never spoil. If, dried, stored, transported across, like how I said, the Jagannath prasadam has crossed so many oceans and come here. And even up to date, the Jagannath prasadam is fresh and tasty just like that. So everybody and anybody can have Jagannath prasadam without caste, without any discrimination. And like how I said, chappan bhog will be offered, and then it goes to Vimala Maya. So and when Vimala Maya sees that yes, these offerings are the best, we can, she sees that Jagannath is happy, and then she gives her mercy, and then the prasadam comes to Anand Bazaar, where we can all very very happily buy, purchase and take the prasadam. And few of the facts about the temple is like how we see that, you know like after crossing the temple gate, that is Simhadwar, we cannot hear any sound of the ocean. You can see that. I mean, they're definitely close to the temple. The crowd is so much you cannot hear. But if you go in the night, right, you in midnight, so you can hear the sound of the ocean, sound of the sea there. Um sound of the Bay of Bengal Ocean there. But as soon as you actually enter the temple, you cannot hear any sound, because the temple is mystically, like scientifically, it is created in such a way that nothing, like no, it's like fully soundproof. We say no, from the ocean. And then uh, like uh, again, this is because Subhadra Maya, she requested that I want little calmer, peacer environment. So, and also there are multiple other stories beyond this. And then the temple, what the the Garbhagudi that is there, the up whatever the structure that is there. So there is no, you cannot see the shadow of that at any point of time. Wherever you go, and also the wherever you go, that Darshan Chakra, it looks the same from all the directions, and you cannot see, like, you know prop, proper shadow of the temple falling anywhere. That miraculous this temple is. It's shadowless temple it is. And there are, if you see, anytime you go to Jagannath Puri, there is no airplanes over the temple. There is nobody is declared, but you cannot see any airplane that is flying, no matter from where they're going. No airplane is there. And birds are also not there on top of the temple. There is some electromagnetic sensations that is strongly situated above that temple. Basically, it is the transcendental vibration. In scientific terms, electromagnetic sensation. There's transcendental vibrations that is present above the temple, that is protecting and safeguarding the temple actually. And it is said that all the four dwaras, they represent the four Panchama Purusharthas, that is Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. This was a new fact for me also, that the western gate, it represents Dharma, and then the Hasti Dwara, it represents northern gate, it represents Artha, and then the uh, Ashwadwara, it represents Kama, and then the Simhadwara, it represents Moksha. You all would know that Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, they are called as four Purusharthas, which means in general four goals of life. If you see anybody, either they would go behind Artha, like the money, prosperity, and things like that, or Dharma, following the rules, regulations, things like that, or like Kama, and or the Moksha, so like the spiritual liberation. So in this way, the finally it is said that the temple Lakshmi that is there, so Lord himself, he protects those Lakshmi. And then when devotees, Lord Shiva also protects that, the temple treasury. And once a thief, Bihari Daku, he tried to plunder, but actually he saw like a giant black cobra, it confronted him. And then next day they found him paralyzed, next to the vault. You can imagine, like Lord Jagannath is there. Similarly, Ananta Shesh is also there, guarding that. In Balram in the form of Ananta Shesh, in the form of in the merciful form of the snake, is guarding the temple vault, and nothing can happen. And so it has also happened that the minister of the king, so he thought that these temple priests, they're not offering the bhoga to the Lord. I mean, who, this is just a like piece of wood, how will the piece of wood have any food, have any bhoga? Actually these people, they are actually, the priest, they are they are cheating all of us. They're taking all the bhoga inside, and they're honoring themselves like that. So what he did is, he hid in the midnight, in the night, he hid in the temple. And then he saw that in the, like, Ratri Bhoga, Shayan Bhoga they offer, no, he saw that glowing celestial hand came out, and then the bhoga was taken, and then the bhoga was had by the Lord. And then when he saw that, he realized that these are not just the wooden pieces or the deity, just the deity. They are the Lord themselves who are present, and who, who, if needed to prove, they can, come in front of the devotees. They can run to the devotee's house to honor the boga. They can, mystically, put the hand and honor the boga, or they can do anything. They're just transcendental, and they're not just a piece of wood. They're the lordships themselves, who are mercifully, in this age of Kali Yuga, they've come to just give us fallen souls the darshan and the mercy, so that we can go closer to them. So yeah, without taking much time, I took a lot of time of yours, but yeah, Jagannath's glories are like unlimited. I tried to fit some of the pastimes. So thank you so much for bearing with me all this time. So again, I would request all of you. So any pastimes you liked, so at least one or two pastimes. So you share it with your near and dear ones. The Lord, He is waiting in the Vrindavan. He's listening to all of us. So the more and more we share His glories, the more and more He'll be pleased. We can inspire other devotees, other relatives, and friends to share the stories, and make them realize about the Lord of the universe, and inspire them to go to Jagannath Puri. So thank you very much. Nilachala nivasaya nityaya paramatmane balabhadra subhadravyam jagannathaya te namaha. Thank you very much for hearing. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha